A really big fear that I think a lot of people fall into is this fear of being misunderstood. And I think that this fear of being misunderstood, which is so common, by the way, a lot of the time when you experience this fear, it feels very isolating and it feels like something that disconnects you from other people. But in reality, a lot of people, if not most people, carry, I believe, this fear of not being understood. And this fear holds people back from speaking their truth, from showing up in their most authentic way, from really being themselves. It stops people from taking leaps of faith and following the natural curve and flow of change that life brings to all of us. And a lot of the times we get so resistant to change and we hold on to the way that things are because we're afraid of losing people or of being misunderstood or of being outcasted or abandoned if we change. And I think that this is something that really holds a lot of people back. I know for myself, this was a story and energy and attachment that I feel has held me back for sure. And what I've really come to realize about this energy of feeling misunderstood is, first of all, it is such a biological and physiological response to fear being misunderstood, because we are survival animals. We are tribal animals. We've always survived when we are part of a pact. And this way of being, this communal, tribal way of being is still very much encoded in our DNA. It's encoded in what makes us human. And so of course, now in our current age, we don't have those same survival fears that we used to have eons ago, but we still carry this fear of being abandoned, of being left out of the tribe, of being outcasted. And it feels like a threat to your survival to be on your own and to not have that communal tribal support. So having just the understanding that this response, this fear of being abandoned or outcasted or rejected, is such a primal response that is really just a part of being human. So having that understanding can provide some compassion as you're moving through that experience. The other thing that I've really realized and sort of sank into is the truth that truly no one person will ever fully understand you except yourself. And when you can really sink into the truth of that, it's actually really beautiful. It's not isolating at all, because what I've experienced in my life is, even when I look at the people closest to me, the people in my life that I feel really understand me on a soul level. For example, my husband, I feel so blessed and grateful to have a partner that I truly feel understands me on a spiritual level. And at the same time, not in every moment and not in all aspects do I feel understood. And that's an area where, for example, one of my girlfriends, one of my sisters will really be able to understand that aspect of me. So it's like I've come to kind of realize through my own life that no one person can fill the role of fully seeing me. It's like you can find different aspects of yourself in different people in your life, but no one person is fully going to see you fully. The only person that can really do that is yourself, for you to fully see yourself. And I think that this is such a beautiful part of, I want to say, the spiritual journey, but really just I feel the process of growth and maturity and wisdom and just growing, becoming more self-conscious and more self-aware, is this process of realizing that this journey that you're on through life is ultimately a journey with yourself. And the more that you can love yourself and learn to really love all aspects of yourself, including those shadow aspects that you feel people might reject you for. But when you can look at these parts of yourself and these dark parts and really love them unconditionally, when you can see how your own survival mechanisms, how your own survival patterns have crafted this part of you that might feel unlovable to you, but is ultimately just as important an aspect of who you are and what makes you up. And yeah, I just feel like when you can go further into this journey of unconditional love, giving yourself that love first and foremost, then you don't really need it as much from other people, and you don't expect it from other people, and you can actually show up in your relationships from this really beautiful, authentic, and non-demanding way, because you're not seeking anything from that other person. And that other person can also reflect back to you, assuming that the other person is someone who is standing in their consciousness and on their path to their own truth. They're going to, I think that we get lucky sometimes in finding the people in our lives who really see us through the lens of love. And those people are such gifts, because when you have someone in your life that can reflect back to you your beauty and your brilliance and your intelligence and all the things that make you wonderful, it helps to solidify that identity within yourself. But ultimately, it's not even about that. It's just about finding that within yourself. And I have found through my own path that the more that I can feed myself that love, and the more that I can remind myself that I am whole and I am worthy, and I don't need to dim any part of myself in order to fit in or in order to belong, because I love all those parts of myself. And it's been a beautiful thing to witness, a beautiful experience to witness myself letting go of this need to be understood and noticing how it brings me deeper into my power. I hope that this also sparked something in you to realize that it's okay, number one, to have the feelings of feeling misunderstood, but ultimately, can you just search and send yourself that love in those aspects of your life where you feel unworthy of love? And once you start feeding that part of yourself, I think you'll find that you develop and come into connection with this strength inside of you that is really, really powerful and allows you to show up in a much more genuine, authentic, and unattached way. I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you again very soon.